Hi, I'm Run7 and welcome to my stream. If you want to catch these live, then check out the links below to get my Twitch stream where you can be much more interactive. And if you feel like skipping past some of these intro clips from the past month or two, just fast forward until the timer reaches 0. Otherwise, stay tuned and watch these as it's some of the classiest material I've done in a while. Gonna be full adult mode right here. Dude, for 50 bucks, I'll send you feet pics. We'll try a brain dance. Sounds fun. When in Rome. And so I was talking to them about context. For example, if I were to demonstrate to you how to brush my teeth, right? I would be doing something like this, right? Maybe you brush your tongue, you gotta get way back there on your tongue, so you're like, And if you didn't know I was demonstrating brushing my teeth, it would be taken out of context and you'd get a lot more entertainment value, as many of you who just clipped that scene did. Dental hygiene is very important to me. I take that seriously. And for the right price, I will put anything in my mouth. La Castellana Nacho Jalapeno Juice. We're dunking all the way down in there. I'm a stand-up guy, right? Some people lean over to wipe. I like to stand up. See, again, context, guys. It's all about context when you're here at the Run7 show. I don't play a lot of video games when I stream, by the way. I just ramble on about random like what I'm drinking until chat scares me back into playing the game. Shoot him in the dick. Shoot him in the dick. Here we go. 50 bucks, that's a deal. Dan's charging 500. I'm only charging 50. Send the money to me. That's the worst. Our cognition is boosted, baby. I have no idea where I'm at. Oh my God, there's two. Get out of here. I told you, I ramble. I ramble when I play Backpack Brawl. This clown ate people. Legos were definitely made by like the descendant of a Chinese torture expert. I'm pretty certain it's gotta be. And you can be having this much fun too. Mama! Honestly, it was one epileptic seizure just waiting to happen. She doesn't have a dick, but I'll shoot her in the crotch anyway. This is the life for me, thank you. Champagne, flying cars, listening to other people's misfortune. Yeah, we've arrived, everybody. For me, everybody's favorite part, sing it out with me! Woo! Hips forward and swing my balls back and forth like this, like that, and then with the butt. Is that it? Did I just get it? Is that all there is to it? And now in high definition ultra 4K so you can see all the stretch marks. I want to live in this world when they got shit like that they advertise in public. Look at it! This is the most challenging, complex, and sophisticated strategy game you will ever play. Boom! Look at the big brains on this guy. I can see paradise by the dashboard light. I think that's the wrong term. I think that's a nickname for a butthole. I'm not really sure. I'm a genius! A lot of seeds in that one. What is the most popular dance step? Back, side, cross, tap, cross, tap. Looking for whatever is trendy. Got my legs backwards, but that's okay. I got 4 steps in. Kids are doing on the interwebs. There's a little back and forth with the hips, trying to arch the back, more butt. I'm putting some knees into it now. That kind of looks fun. Okay, ah! Oh, they're sticking to my feet. They're just piling up. Ow! Oh, shit, ow. See that? That's not bad. I got nice feet. I'm telling you, I got nice feet.
This is no place for you. Get back to the...
And give you chills afterwards. Is there a shadow moving in your background, Will?
Background?
What are you talking about?
Dan saw it too.
I 100% just saw it.
What?
No scurvy here.
I was talking to your mother.
All about context, everybody. All about context. And you guys are never going to forget what context can do for you because you showed up today. Congratulations. What's up, movie fans? We're heading into a rating of the movie Moon, starring Sam Rockwell. And that's about all the movie stars, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I'm gonna be linking up with Dan here, and we're gonna be doing a little pregame action. Dan's got something special for us today. So we're gonna be doing that for the next, I don't know, half hour, 20 minutes, something like that. And then we'll be getting together with Will also and doing this movie review. If you've never seen an episode of R Rating, usually takes us about an hour and a half to record these. Dan edits them down to about an hour, puts them up on YouTube, and there's gonna be all kinds of links for you guys to follow if you wanna see those, or if you're watching this stream on YouTube right now, links are in the description below. You can find all that stuff. What's up, Omega Man? What's up, Huss? How you guys doing? Dan wants me to accept his little thing to stream together, so that's cool. I'm gonna mute myself and him on that. And looks like notify my followers. Okay, fine, I'll notify my followers. We're streaming together now. That's cool. All right, and then let's join as a guest. Go over to the left monitor. Make this bigger.
There's the man himself.
There looks like Dan.
Good day, sir.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, and yourself?
I'm very curious about this thing you've got lined up for us. I raced in here to give us as much time as possible so that we could do this, whatever it is.
Appreciate that. Sorry, Omega Man, those aren't turned on while we're doing this kind of a stream, but I appreciate you. I'm going to try it a little bit differently, so I appreciate you running in here, but I'm going to try it. So I've got an editor who makes my shorts now. So
yeah.
I'm going to kind of make it easier on me and harder on her. So I'm just going to do it like normal, and then she can clip it together, do her magic, and make it look good. So I don't know if you've seen any of the shorts recently, but they're...
It's funny, I went through to look at some of the new shorts, and I ended up watching a bunch of the old ones and still haven't seen any of the new ones. I was like commenting on some of the old ones and stuff, and I'm like, man, I put a lot of effort into something Dan doesn't care about anymore.
No, that's still good. No, any engagement is good engagement, right, bud?
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Haters. Much love. What's that?
How you been this week?
Both busy and not busy at the same time. Like, I keep getting jobs that end up falling through at the last minute. It's kind of frustrating because it's like my schedule's booked. And then today, my truck broke down and needs a new alternator. That's going to be $400 that I didn't want to spend.
Ooh.
But
that sucks.
Yeah, that happens. It's my yard truck though, not my personal vehicle, so that's good. It's just the spare vehicle, so it's not a big deal, but I do need to get it fixed so that it saves me a lot of time so I don't have to switch equipment. And right now I'm towing around my yard stuff with my personal truck, and that's a pain in the ass.
I didn't realize you had two vehicles, to be honest.
Well, three technically. I got the wife that new new RAV4,
the white vehicle.
And then I've got a 2020 Tundra that's my baby. And then I have an old 89 Ford Ranger that's got like 80,000 miles on it, believe it or not. And used to run great, but this year I've been having brake issues and now the alternator and all kinds of stuff. What's going on, Bubba Hotep? Bubba Hotep was in there in the watch party for a bit. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that once we actually get started. Sorry, I'm messing with the camera. I was very happy with the watch party. I thought that was a lot of fun.
I was too. I had a lot of fun. I was way more chatty than I thought I'd be, actually.
Me too. Honestly, I was a little bit nervous. I don't know. I've told this story before, but like, I don't have a Netflix and chill game. Like, I am generally invested in a movie when I'm watching it. So I was a little bit nervous, especially because we were like, oh, we're going to talk, or we're just going to chat. We're like, oh, we're just going to chat. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see how much chatting I do, because I might just get sucked right in. And I was invested in the movie, to be sure, but I was also, the whole chat was just kind of fairly lively. And I mean, considering there's only, what, 9 people that could have shown up. The fact that we got 8 of them, I think, is pretty darn good. So no complaints there.
Yeah, and I think had I not seen this movie before, I probably would have like not been invested in chat at all and just like focused on the movie. But because I had seen it before, I was able to take a little bit of time to do some typing and whatnot. So it's going to probably depend on the film, you know. If it's a comedy or something, then we're probably going to be talking more. If it's something very dramatic that we've never seen, I imagine we're going to be a bit more focused. And also, I was going to ask you to send me the how-to on that, how to do those. And I think when I get the opportunity to watch an entire movie in one sitting, I'll just jump over there into the Discord, and anybody who happens to be a Patreon member can go watch it with me, whatever it is I'm watching. Because, you know, I was thinking, hey,
Reading the exact same thing.
like I was watching It Chapter 2 today. I was finishing it up, and I was like, man, I could just jump in that server. I'm like, but I forgot how to set that up because I know it's not easy.
It's actually not that hard. I can absolutely run through that with you.
Okay.
Will and I got it set up pretty quickly.
Will,
Hugh,
coming to us from the International Space Station there. That's amazing. Yeah.
Very nice.
I actually think it's more. It's probably like a sub or something. Like there's a fan here. I don't know if that would be useful in a space station. My name, I think, is covering up like a water faucet, so I don't think it's actually a space station, but it looks okay. It's okay.
Could have fooled me.
Across.
Yeah.
It's a Canadian space station, you know. They just get it done however they can, man. Refurbish stuff.
Right. That's more true than you know.
I think it's the fact that everything is laying on top of stuff
And not floating around.
That's fair. That is a good point, Filament. Hugh, that was the Discord watch-along party, which I apologize. Theoretically, you should have been a part of because you are at the director level currently because of the giveaway from the anniversary. We watched Moon all together. There was, I believe, 8 of us in total at one point, which is pretty decent. You can exclamation mark Patreon. Roll7 just did it on his channel. I don't know if it worked on.
Maybe I spelled Patreon wrong. I don't know.
You definitely did.
Oh, okay. I got one that I know how to spell.
There we go. So you can head over to Patreon and join at the $1 level, get you in the Discord, and the $5 level get you access to the watch party. And then we've actually got a $10 variant where you can join us for a game night. That's going to be coming up not this Sunday, but next Sunday. We haven't hammered down which game we're going to be playing, but that is going to be a game session with some variation of the 3 of us and chat. You can actually play along with us, but it will not be on Twitch. So the only way to join that is to be a Patreon member. So if you feel like wanting to join that, please go ahead. I had a lot of fun at that watch party, though, and as Brian was saying, I might do some random ones where I'm just like, hey, I gotta watch this movie anyways.
Right.
Come hang out with me. I was gonna say, Hugh, because I messed that up on this one, definitely I can invite you to the next one if that is something you are interested in joining us for. We don't know what next month's Patreon pick will be.
There is a light discussion about that going on in the server. So
room.
Yeah.
Super secret Patreon. No, Bridget, I'm trying desperately to tell everyone I can. It's not a secret at all.
It's not a secret. It's just exclusive.
Yeah, there you go.
So obviously tonight we're going over Moon. Next week we're gonna finish up It Chapter 2. And have you guys watched that yet?
I have not. I mean, I have like
not recently.
Not recently? Okay. I went and rewatched it already because I wanted to jump into It Welcome to Derry, which aired yesterday or something on HBO.
Yeah, a couple days ago, yeah.
Yeah, and then the second episode is supposed to come out tomorrow. But we actually have a bunch of fun stuff coming up tomorrow, not just Halloween though. Cleaning Agent, aren't you starting a big stream at midnight or something tomorrow? Is that it?
Oh shit, yes! I better
reminder them. Well done.
Bye, everybody. That is actually 100% correct. I actually will probably start the stream a little earlier than midnight, just because I usually stream on Fridays anyway, so I don't want to like confuse people too much. That why isn't he live? Where is he? Blah 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 blah. Because I'm not good like Dan about getting the word out about things. I just kind of just mumble and stumble my way through things. So.
And that's a big 24-hour charity event, changing lives, real good stuff there.
Yeah, we're raising money for Children's Miracle Hospitals again this year. I've been so fortunate. I've done this 2 years in a row. This will be my third. And for the last 2 years, I think we've raised over like $7,000. And so I've put the bar super high, you know, with no expectation of hitting that bar. $5,000 is my like end milestone where if I hit $5,000, I'm going to, at the end of stream live, cut my hair into a mullet and wear a mullet for a month. That's the end goal, a mullet for a month. I tried to think of something that Dan couldn't copy me.
Of course, not something where you're stealing from me. No, something where I can't steal from you. I like the way you word that.
It's just joking, of course, but there's a lot of different. I'm trying to think of just different things, you know, because there's just so many of the same things that I try to make each year a little bit different myself, and so we'll see. There's going to be some. I can't sing, but that's where Dan has.
Oh yeah, and I can clearly.
Dude, your lip syncs are incredible. So I can't sing. That's like I could never be a triple threat because I can't sing. I can dance if I put the work into it, and I can act if I really try hard. But I cannot sing for the life of me. So instead, I'm doing lip syncs. And the first lip sync is especially close to my heart. The first milestone. There's 3 of them along the way. Because Strong Boy actually choreographed the lip sync for me. So I'm pretty excited about that. So there'll be some moves in there, courtesy of Strong Boy. So there should be a lot of different fun things that I'll be doing anyway. But that starts tomorrow, and I'm ill prepared to say the least.
That sounds fantastic.
I just have one quick question before we move on to whatever we're going here from here. Is this have you been growing your hair out on purpose for this? Or is this just
no, he's just lazy as shit and never cuts it.
I mean, a little bit of that. So a great actor that I admire greatly is, you'll know him, Jeff Bridges. He, early in my life, I saw an interview with him saying he never cuts his hair because it's easier to cut a haircut for a role than grow your hair for a role. And that always stuck with me that, why wouldn't you just like have long hair, and if somebody needs to chop it, they can chop it exactly what it needs to be. It'll look like a little wig, and you're good to go. So I've kind of lived by that philosophy a little bit, and I'm also lazy, and
you have beautiful curly locks of hair. You might as well show them off.
I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky that people seem to like my hair. It is what it is.
Follow up to that, are you still pursuing acting then? Does that play a role in this? A role.
Yeah, role. I mean,
if Spielberg calls, he's not hanging up.
Exactly. If something comes up, I always keep my eye out on like auditions and things that come around, but time-wise and things, I haven't been able to do a whole lot. Like since we moved, basically, I haven't done much of anything.
I was gonna say, is there a lot filming out on the East Coast?
There is actually, like they do actually film quite a bit. Like this hour's 22 minutes is all filmed out here on the East Coast. There's a couple
funny
of.
For that though, right?
No, not if your background. But also, Trailer Park Boys just filmed a new season here as well. They filmed all in the East Coast. There's a few things actually that go on in the East Coast. There's just because there's just like in Alberta, there's a lot of different areas within a small radius that have different looks and different location looks. So it's easy. And, prior to all this tariff talk, it was very cheap for US to film here. So there's a lot of people that came to Canada to film.
If we do get you the $5,000 so that you have the full mullet, can we get some like glamour shots or photo shots or whatever those are called that you hand out with your resume?
You know what? I'll probably end up setting up a Christmas card. Yeah.
I want the black and white headshot with the turtleneck, the dark turtleneck with that black and white look. I want that.
Really artsy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
That might be worth the $5,000, guys. Let's make sure we get to this milestone.
It's so
If we get to
stupid.
$5,000, we'll get a Christmas card with mullet agent.
Mullet agent, yeah. Yeah, and every stream. You'll see me every stream with my mullet, so I'm keeping it for a month. So yeah.
Love it. What happens at the end of the month? You just shave the rest of it off?
I think my wife will just probably cut it in my sleep, if anything. If I'm like, I've kind of grown attached to this, she'd be like, fuck you. Yeah. Yeah,
Your son's strong boy, and she'll do a Samson and Delilah to you and just take it off in the night.
Yeah. It's so funny too because strong boy doesn't like when I shave my beard because he thinks I look too different. But I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna cut if I've raised all this money for the kids, I'm gonna cut the top of my hair and just have long hair in the back. Is that okay? He's like, yeah, as long as you leave your beard, that's fine. I was like, okay, weirdo, whatever.
I remember shaving my face years ago when my twins were young and like walking into the room just like bald, and they both just like almost welled up in tears. Like all of a sudden there was just a stranger in the house. I'm like, guys, it's Dad. You're fine.
It's weird. Kids get attached, which makes sense though. It's that lovable, recognizable face.
Yeah. All right. So I do have a game for us this week. I'm going to choose something a little bit different. So we'll get there in a second. It is almost 9 o'clock, so we do want to get going on this episode. Right. I do want to, just so you guys aren't taken aback, I want to very briefly touch on the Patreon at the top of this, because it is a Patreon pick. I won't do like the cue cards or anything like that, but I do want to mention like the watch party, say how much fun that was. Presumably you guys also had fun, so it won't be hard to sell. But I don't want to dwell on that necessarily. I just want to touch on that's how we watch this, that's how we engage with it, and then we'll go into the normal, like, how did you come to this movie, blah, 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 blah.
I got a question about that watch party. Did it bother you guys that I left my camera on the whole time?
Not at all. So at first, I was like, oh, that's weird that you're doing that, but like, should I do that? I don't want to do that. I don't want to be on camera. I'm not prepared for that. But then I said something and I made you like belly laugh, and I was like, totally fucking worth it. Totally fucking worth it.
I kind of figured, because at first I was eating, I'm like, do they want to watch me eat? This is kind of weird. And I was like, fuck it. And then I just went with it because honestly, I was like, I'm just too lazy to reach up and hit the button. I had my feet up on the desk and everything. And so I just went with it. I mean, we weren't talking. It was, you could just see me that I was there was all.
I wasn't mad about you having your camera on. I was only mad that you didn't share your snacks with us. So
sorry. I would have done what I could, but you know.
I have multiple monitors, so I have the movie on my main monitor, on my good monitor, and then chat on a separate monitor. So I don't know what it would look like to somebody who doesn't. Like if somebody's on their phone trying to do a watch along, I don't know how that would work. But I assume you can just choose what screen you're looking at, and therefore they can just ignore you if they want, and then.
Yes and no. So
I don't think there's a negative.
You full screen on Discord, but you can still see everybody's little pictures at the bottom, and then the chat window on the side. It's not too bad, but you can see it. But I mean, it was fine.
It's easily to ignore if you want to.
Absolutely, yeah. It's easy to just watch the movie if you want, and you can close the chat window if you're not interested in that. Like it's nothing. Cool.
All right. You guys good? Jump into the game and go from there.
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
All right. So let's see. We're at the 18-minute mark. Just until my editor like, hey, wait for the 18 mark. Okay. All right, everybody, we're going to do this a little bit differently this week. I've got a game set up for the two of you, but where I've normally done this game with one of you and then done it with the other one separately, I'm actually going to do it with both of you at the same time. I'm hoping this is going to work out well. So what we're going to have is we have 10 different photos of the moon. We're watching the moon on our rating this week. It seemed appropriate. And you have to guess which movie they are from based on the image. Because both of you are here at the same time, though, it's going to be whoever can say it first. All right.
Well, I just want to say congratulations, Brian, on your win. You're like
Says the guy who's currently hovering the surface of the moon right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Just look at your window.
Yeah, fair.
It's going to start off pretty simple and go from there. So, picture number one. Which movie moon is that?
E.T.
Oh, I think I got to give that for Brian.
What? My delay is unbelievable.
It's a shitty carpenter that blames his tools.
I'm sending the signal from space, okay?
All right, picture number two. Again, pretty simple.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Oh, son of a.
Blame the delay again.
It was the creepy kid crawling on the roof that gave it away.
Yeah, no doubt. Number 3.
Wally?
I'm gonna go Despicable Me.
Despicable Me is correct.
Ah, nice. Well played. Well
Well
played.
done, well done. All right.
I just
A
went
little
with
more
the first
obscure.
animated movie that went into my brain.
Moonfall?
Moonfall is correct, my God.
I don't even know what that is.
Rushing him. It's not good, but I like
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I remember the
I assume
poster.
This is a picture of
Well, it's the moon falling into the earth, so I was like, Moonfall? I don't know.
Literally just said words.
Isn't it scientifically inaccurate when the moon be pulled into the earth?
There's a lot. You'd have to see the movie.
Yeah, plot isn't something that movie really focuses on.
Accuracy was not their number one goal. All right. What about that one?
The first thing that comes in my mind is I, Frankenstein, for some reason. I don't think that's it, though.
It is not, but you're not too far.
Huh. I don't know this one.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Dark Towers?
Mothman?
Mothman Prophecies?
There's a moon and a large castle.
It must be a Dracula movie of some kind.
It is Dracula.
Okay, probably should have.
Bram Stoker's
Nailed it.
Dracula.
Okay.
All right, Brian,
The
I'm
castle
thinking you're
looks a
probably
little
gonna
odd on that one.
Well, I grabbed the best photo I could.
No,
I'm guessing
it's
it's
good.
gonna be Brian, but next photo. Do you know what this is?
Oh my God, I know what this is. This is the Time Machine.
Interstellar?
Not Interstellar. Sorry, Brian. What'd you say?
The Time Machine.
It is the Time
Yeah.
Machine.
Okay. Yeah, the broken moon in the sky in the future.
Yes.
Yep.
This image specifically is what sticks with me the most from that movie. I just thought this was so incredibly cool the first time I saw
Very
it.
The buildings built
I
into the
don't
side
know.
of the cliff face. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. But the moon specifically being like drilled and destroyed, I was like, that's such a cool concept. I don't know how that would work with physics, but it's cool. All right, next up. I can make this one a little bit bigger.
Transformers.
It is Transformers. Damn, that was fast.
Gross.
Well done.
I like science
I
fiction
thought that'd
movies,
be a
so
little
I'm
bit
gonna
hard,
get a
but-
lot of these.
I'm not even mad about that one. Whatever.
Yeah,
Transformers.
let him have it. Let him have it. All right, next up.
Apollo 13.
For all intents and purposes, Will's not even here. Well, be a good sport.
Just take a.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh.
He knows it. He just can't think of the name.
There's a scene where they're like filming the moon landing, and it's actually fake, and they don't really go there.
Right.
You're entirely correct.
I don't remember the name of the movie though. I don't remember it.
I know the person in the suit.
Barack Obama?
Wow.
I don't know. It's not Barack Obama.
Incredibly inaccurate.
I can't tell.
Out, editor.
Hey, Chad thought the same thing, okay?
Yeah, Bubba Hotep. You're in great company.
Great minds.
Omega Man is correct. It is Diamonds Are Forever, and that is James Bond.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, yeah.
Okay. Falling into place.
All right. Next up, now I will give you a hint on this one. I'm guessing this one seems a little bit tough. I'm not sure if you'll get it without a hint. The shadow that you're seeing is moving very quickly.
Independence
back
Day.
after the moon. It is Independence Day. Well done.
Oh, wow.
Only because you
so hard
told
to
me
get
about
a
the
good one
shadow
on
where I
that.
never would have had it, but I know there's a scene in Independence Day when the shadow goes across the moon pretty rapidly as the big spaceship
Yeah.
moves in.
Exactly.
Wow.
I was looking for a GIF of it, and I couldn't find a proper GIF that didn't show the spaceship itself. All right, and the last photo of the moon. What do you guys think? What's this one?
Death Star, Star Wars,
Star Trek.
Star Wars: A New Hope.
Wait a second. That's no moon. Oh, that's my bad. All right.
Really?
Well, guys.
You just want...
Yeah, I absolutely threw that in for a dumb joke.
Yeah. That's why I said Star Trek, just to ruin it.
Thanks, guys.
That's so funny. Good work. Good work, Brian.
fantasy next
Thanks,
time?
Will. I'll pay you the $10 for letting me win that later.
Yeah, absolutely. You are the sci-fi guru.
Husk got it. That's no moon. Nice. Trek Wars. There you go, Philvin. All right. All right, cool. Thank you. That was fun.
I stand by saying the first movie first. That's all I'm saying. I didn't get any of the others, but I did say it first.
Well, we'll have to go back. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think I said E first. I think he said T first.
That's weird, but okay. In fairness, Will, that would make it like 1 to 9. So like, it's not exactly a tiebreaker.
Well, I didn't get the flawless victory then.
Oh, that's fair. You did get Dracula. My bad.
That was good, though.
I feel like you guys are bullying Will a little bit. He loves it.
Oh, no, it's all good. Half of those I legit never would have gotten.
There are very few times when I excel over others in life. Let me have my moment.
That's so funny.
Dan, have you considered getting a special background for our rating? It's been over a year. I'm open to ideas, but I don't know.
We're just barely getting the curtains to function. You want to mix it up? He had to stencil it on the screen to remember.
Yeah.
Look, it's not exactly behind the scenes stuff, Brian, but still. I have been wanting to get rid of the Mongoli show and put an R rating logo on that side. I just need an R rating logo that fits that space a little bit nicer. But as far as the actual, like, we can open the curtains now, we're about to start. Oh shit, except for I don't have a picture of the moon. That's what I forgot to do this week.
That's weird. You just showed us like 10.
I don't have a picture of the moon, but you got one of a moon base.
I really didn't. I thought I did. I apologize, guys. Give me 10 seconds. Movie poster.
Yeah. How's what are you playing? Borderlands 4, Brian?
I'm playing Cyberpunk. It's my first playthrough ever of Cyberpunk, and I'm really enjoying the game. It's one of my it's going to be a top 10 favorite game to play so far. I mean, it's just really what I like to do. So I'm having fun with that. But tomorrow, actually, not to steal any of your thunder, but it is the last Friday of the month, and I fell way short on my IRL budget for my home. And so I am going to do a fundraiser tomorrow morning. So those of you who want to warm up your wallets for Will, you can show up over at my stream 8 to 12 Central. And I'm going to be doing things like my kids are going to shoot me with bug assault rifles. I'm going to be eating a scorpion. Hopefully. I don't have a lofty...
Eating a scorpion?
Yep. I have a scorpion. It's supposed to get here at 4 a.m. I had it overnight delivered. So
how much money does that cost you? Like
$18, man. $18.
Sorry. How much money will it cost you?
That's the $500 prize, and $500 is my goal. I do have a $1,000 flex budget of sticking my hand in a mousetrap because we never did get that from last time. I'm really just shooting for $500 because that's what I'm short on my household budget this month.
Yeah.
Because I got rained out of some really good paying jobs and ended up not doing anything, and so kind of fell short this month. And so anytime I fall short on the budget, I do a little fundraiser. It's just money for me. It's just to help make the car payment, help make ends meet and everything. And because I didn't work hard enough in real life, you guys get to spend a little bit of money and see me in a lot of pain or do stupid things. Last time we did some karaoke, we ate a boatload of lemons, that sort of thing. So I'll be doing that tomorrow morning. No costumes, though, for Halloween. It has nothing to do with a Halloween stream or anything. So that's it.
I mean, I feel a little cheaped out if you're not wearing a costume. I'm just saying.
I meant to talk to you guys about doing a costume tonight, and I completely forgot until I was sitting here, and I'm like, man, I'm not doing it now. Fuck it.
Last time I had to steal my son's Among Us costume, and I was like sweating, and the window was steaming up. That was terrible.
Funny.
Yeah.
That would have made sense for this movie. That would have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got like a bodysuit Iron Man Venom mashup costume with the built-in muscles and stuff. I wouldn't fit in it, and I didn't get any of the costumes, so.
Fair enough. All right, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to lurking in that. That's tomorrow morning, you said, yeah?
Yeah, tomorrow morning. Just a simple, silly stream. We're just gonna hang out and see what we can do, playing all kinds of games and stuff for that for a couple hours. See how that goes. I don't know how the bug assault's gonna work because I have been shot by those. Those are the guns that shoot salt at flies, and I've been shot with that at 3 feet, and it stung like a mother. And so I'm letting my kids shoot me from 5 feet. They each get to take a shot at me for every like $25 donation or something. Ooh. So if we were to get to 500 or 600, whatever the goal is, in increments of $25, I would be taking something like 48 shots from these guns. I'm gonna be as red as John Johnson after this one.
I was trying to think of his name. I was like, don't go full Kingslayer.
Yep.
You never go full Kingslayer.
Yeah, it could be bad.
Recently? I haven't seen him in
He's still out there. He came by my stream a month ago. Just stopped by and said hi.
Miss that dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Let's rock this thing. Let's open these curtains.
Open them curtains and jump to Will.
Oh, damn. Jump to Will. Oh, I wrote this before I went live with you guys.
The Hotep says, wait. What
are we pushing ads or something?
I don't know. We can.
I'm waiting. Why am I waiting on Bubba? Good Lord. What has my life become?
Had to get out of my system.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Never mind. Ignore Bubba from now on.
As usual. All right, here we go. Moon 2009. The man on the moon is alone for so long that he goes from talking to himself to talking to himself to sacrificing himself to help himself live the life he wants to live to the fullest.
I thought you were going to say the life he wants.
Line or something.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say for 3 years.
Yeah, or 3. Yeah, or for 3 years. Whatever comes first.
Jeez.
I would just like to say that I really like this movie poster. I think this movie poster is very cool.
This is going to get cut. I haven't done the intro yet.
Okay.
We were just talking there.
Save it, Brian.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. We'll get there, I promise. I will throw to you so you can talk about the poster. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our rating. This week, we are doing our Patreon pick, which is where you guys get to choose a movie that we watch. This week, we watched the movie Moon, and not only did we do that, but for the first time ever, we actually did a Patreon watch-along party. We got a bunch of people together and watched this movie together over on the Discord. If you want to be a part of that, make sure you check the link down in the description below so you can join the level and join us for the next movie, whatever that happens to be. Brian and Will, how are you guys doing today, Brian?
I'm good. That's it. Will, how are you?
Perfect. How about you, Will?
I'm good.
Excellent. I'm so happy that wasn't flubbed at all. Now, we obviously watched this movie together. Had both of you seen this one before, or was this new for either of you?
Yeah, seen it before.
Yeah. But me and Brian watched party this when it first came out, so
all of us had seen it once, and we saw it a second time together. That's awesome. Brian, you wanted to say something about the poster.
Yeah, and if it's not going to get cut out, then I'll say I really like the poster to this movie. I think it just looks cool. I'm a fan of movie posters. I don't collect them or have them all over my room or anything because I don't know, I'm not a teenager anymore, but I do like movie posters, and I think this one just looks really neat. That's all I wanted to say. We didn't need to blow me up for that one. I just wanted to say the movie poster looks cool. That's all.
Ironically, by blowing you up, we actually covered the movie poster.
Right, yeah, I know, yeah. I like the movie poster.
Yeah, it just disappears. Also, shots fired. I've got movie posters in the other room, my actual movie room.
I don't have like a man cave that I can put movie posters up, but this would be one of the movie posters that I'd like. I just think it looks trippy. I think, it's a movie starring a lot of Sam Rockwell, and I don't know, it's just got a cool look to it. I like it.
It's simple, but it's also elegant, and it's very much in the same tone as this movie, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now,
which a lot of posters hit and miss on that, hit and miss.
Now, this is a relatively small movie. Only had like a $5 million budget, only made about $10 million. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of our audience hadn't seen this one before. But for the record, we don't really bother with spoilers on our rating. For the most part, when we're talking about a movie, we're just going to jump right into the movie. That being said, because I'm going to assume a lot of people haven't seen this before, for those who haven't, this is a movie starring Sam Rockwell and almost exclusively Sam Rockwell, where he is on the moon. He is a farmer of, I believe, metals, right? These
Hydrogen, maybe?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Helium something.
Yeah, I think they're pulling rock that have like helium-3 or something from the sun, absorbing into these or the rocks absorbing it from the sun, and he's
Gotcha.
shipping that back as an energy source for Earth because the Earth has used up all of their energy sources.
Gotcha. So he is solo in this mission, and seems to be doing fairly okay until an accident happens and the system reboots and wakes up another Sam Rockwell. And we find out that he is in fact a clone, and there is a huge bay of clones. And every 3 years they just disintegrate or deteriorate, die, and the next one comes online. And so the character that Sam Rockwell is playing is living his best life on Earth, presumably getting paid for having sponsored himself or hoard himself out to this company. And it is just the story of these clones as they become essentially self-aware. Does that sound
Yeah, so if
fairly
you
accurate?
haven't seen the movie, we've already spoiled it. There's no hope for you.
The big twist is done.
Next time, watch the
mean-
movie before you click the link, you sons of guns.
In fairness, you just said that there was multiple Sam Rockwells in the opening.
Right.
So...
Whoa, that was not on the nose at all.
It's for interpretation purposes there.
Sure it was.
No, so Sam basically becomes aware of his real truth, that he's only going to live for 3 years because, and I actually did some research on cloning. Turns out the reason we don't clone people is because when you clone something like the sheep that was cloned back in '96, was the first time we actually cloned an animal successfully. That was one sheep out of 277 attempts, and it ended up getting some diseases and stuff and died a little earlier than it normally would have. And that's the problem with cloning. You get lots and lots of defects and false starts and stuff. So it kind of showcases that, hey, they're trying to clone and make these clones, but they can only get them to last for 3 years. And so that's why he goes on a 3-year tour and he has all that stuff like recorded and played back to him, even though he thinks he's having a two-way conversation with like a delay or something. It's actually that, they've just made 3 years worth of footage for them to send back and forth to keep him thinking that he's the man playing his best life, when really he's going to die in 3 years and be cremated instead of sent back to Earth.
Yeah, and I mean, for the record, people were saying spoilers. Yes, but I think everything we talked about was in the trailers and the first 20, 25 minutes of the movie. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're going to spoil more of this movie as we go, but, it's still worth watching, I'd say.
Well, next time show up at the watch party and it won't be a spoiled movie for you. See, there we go.
There you go.
Exactly. I like, this is like a classic sci-fi movie. So if you like a classic sci-fi movie, it doesn't really matter if it's spoiled for you, the whole thing, because what the movie's about is self-reflection and bettering yourself and all those things when you're in isolation and how that affects the human. But it's still a well put together little movie, worth your time, even if the cloning portion of it is spoiled for you. In my humble opinion.
Right, and he still has the goal of trying to figure out what he does with that knowledge. How is he going to interact with himself, and where does he go from here? How does he live his life knowing this new truth about himself? And that's the fun part of this movie, is exploring all those questions.
I kind of wish, I'm so glad you brought that up. I kind of wish this movie went a little bit further into some of those questions. It feels like it kind of presented those questions, but didn't really explore those questions very much. Now, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm definitely not digging into it. But I feel like this movie could have gone harder on some of those themes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not agree?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, in a 2 hour or so movie, you can only pull so much. And what is the director, writer trying to say? Or what are they trying to bring up? Or what conversations do they want us to have after the movie? And so if you go too far down one way, maybe you answer those questions too much, perhaps, or maybe you bring up too many questions that people don't want to actually think about. So you got to leave that open for the audience to take or leave what they want on the table.
Yeah.
That said, the director of this movie, for those who don't know, was Duncan Jones. For those of you who don't know who Duncan Jones is, that's David Bowie's son. Pretty crazy. This was his first movie. He didn't want to direct a movie without Sam Rockwell. He actually staked out Sam Rockwell and said, I want you in a movie. That's what I want to direct. He hasn't done a whole lot of work, but I'm looking forward to seeing some. Oh, you know what? I think he did do something else, but I don't know what it is.
He's done a couple of other things. He started, this is his first one, like you mentioned. It's got the highest score on IMDb. Went on to Source Code, which I actually enjoyed. That's a pretty fun little sci-fi movie as well. Warcraft after that. So his budget skyrocketed. And I don't remember hating Warcraft as much as other people did, although I'm not going to say that it was good. I don't think it was awful. And then he has one more movie under his belt, Mute, and then it looks like he hasn't done anything in the 7 years since then. So not a huge library, but 2 of the 3 of his that I've seen I really enjoyed. So
yeah, I mean, as a first-time director in this, like he gets the style down, he gets the tones down. Like I think it's really well put together. Also, he wrote too, right? He wrote the story for it, so
yeah,
pretty full package.
Making this movie for just $5 million, like it's got a couple of decent stars in there. Like you'd recognize, obviously Sam Rockwell, Kevin Spacey. There's a few others, Benedict Wong, but not many. It's a pretty small cast. But for the special effects elements, I thought they were pretty decent considering the size of the budget. A lot of practical effect, which helps.
Yes, so they actually budgeted out to do a lot of CGI in the movie and saw how astronomically priced it would be. And then they priced out the practical effects, and it was like night and day in comparison for cost. So they went to the practical effects side for the majority, of course, amplified by some CGI here and there. But I think they also got a bit of a deal because this was happening during the writer's strike when there wasn't a lot being made. And so there was a lot of people that just wanted to work. And so they got a lot of these like tech guys for really cheap. And in fact, some of the special effects guys are in this movie as well because there's so few actors. There's like 3 special effects guys. The mug shots kind of looks where the what is it? The relief team comes. That's the special effects guys. So it's funny that they use their pictures in the movie.
The rescue team with their assault rifles.
Rescue team, exactly.
So on the effects docket, both special effects and practical effects, when I first saw the film the first time, I was pretty blown away, thought it looked great. Not the best thing I'd ever seen, but it really looked good. And when I was watching it the second time, I was a bit more analytical of it, a little more critical, and I noticed some of the beginning space scenes are really amazing, really, really good. But later through the film, it feels like they stepped it down a notch. Like they kind of led with their best stuff to get you kind of in the zone. And then there were some outside shots, and I was like, that doesn't look as good as some of the other stuff. Like, that building doesn't look real to me or something. So there was, not that it was bad. It was just, I noticed that there was a degradation in the quality of some of the CGI scenes, especially outside when they were doing, I think it was only outside is when they had CGI stuff. And then the sets, the actual set pieces. One, it bothers me that there's these openings with a step that you have to step over. I don't understand why they couldn't make a door that went into the ground, why they had to have it like up. That just like, it didn't make sense to me. You wouldn't build a base like that. NASA and the private space companies, they've got really smart people and they don't do something that isn't necessary. And I don't know why that would be necessary to make that lip other than it looks kind of cool on film. And so that for me kind of bothered me. And then once I started looking at those doors really closely, there are some scenes like when Sam's talking to Sam throughout the whole movie. In the beginning, when they first meet each other, they're kind of standing in a doorway and Sam's leaning up against one of the doors, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's flat painted cardboard. Like I can see that's a cardboard wall painted with like a flat gray paint that they use some sandpaper on to give it a metallic sheen. And I didn't really notice it the first time because you're too busy watching Sam's amazing performance with Sam to notice the set pieces. So I think the fact that this budget is so low, what they accomplished with it is incredible. But when you watch it the second time, you do notice that it is a shallow budget that they used on some of these effects.
You're not wrong, but I mean, again, considering how small the budget is, I think I give it a pass. Like, I really.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I think it's fantastic for the budget that they used. I was just like, the first time I saw it, I was just so in awe of everything happening in this movie that it took me the second time around to notice some of the shortcomings, to really criticize this movie.
Fair enough.
I didn't mind it as much just because it felt like the throwback, right? Like there's a couple of throwbacks to like Space Odyssey, right? Throughout this movie, you got the classical music, you've got Gertie, which is Hal, right? So even the look of like, it kind of looks like a throwback to like what space stations in the 70s or 80s we thought they would look like. It had some of those looks, right, with like padded walls and weird little, I don't know, angular things. I don't know. I didn't mind it, and sometimes you could tell that they were models outside rolling about, and that the gravity wasn't affecting the ball and chain on the back of the rover or whatnot. But it didn't bother me a whole lot because it just felt more like a tribute to these classic sci-fi films. So it didn't bother me overall. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, it didn't bother me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. The movie had kind of almost like a Twilight Zone feel to it.
Okay, yeah.
In the sense of like, there is a twist, but the twist isn't like the end of the movie and the end of the show. The twist is just kind of like, oh, this is interesting, and then you kind of keep the story going from there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the fact that he's a clone, you find out pretty early on, and then it's more just exploring what that means and what that looks like, as opposed to being like, oh, that's the be all end all. Like, when I mentioned that he was a clone, that wasn't spoiling the end of the movie like a Sixth Sense or something like that. Like, that's pretty clearly what this movie's about.
And let's face it, this is more of a psychological movie than anything else. So, noticing that gravity isn't affected in some spots, but is affected in others. Like, he's outside doing a moonwalk, and he's doing that slow lobbing moonwalk. I'm like, well, how come he doesn't walk like that inside the building? It's the same gravity. But it doesn't matter, because that's not what you're really paying attention to. What you're paying attention to is these incredible sequences where you 100% believe that there are two Sam Rockwells in the room playing ping pong with each other. Like, it is seamless. It is absolutely seamless. The way they can make eye contact with each other. Do you know how hard it is to make eye contact with yourself when you're not actually there? It is insanely hard to get that angle right.
I just use a mirror, Brian. It's so easy.
Yeah, but these guys, like, they very specifically, like, they look vastly different despite being the same person. Like, the one guy
100%.
is rough.
One guy's got 3 years of mileage on him, and the other one's fresh out the clone vat. So
exactly, yeah. And I do appreciate, like, Sam Rockwell. I guess we can say Sam either way. It's his character name as well. But I like how old Sam had like come to peace and like resolved his like anger issues. So that character was like very fleshed out compared to the new Sam, or the recently awoken clone, that still had those angsty anger issues that he hadn't sorted out being on the moon for 3 years in isolation. So it was a really smart way to have contrasting characters that were the same person, and you could believe they're the same person because of the experiences they've had to make them different. You know what I mean? I think the writing in that was really smart, and Sam Rockwell executed really well both of those characters.
They honestly didn't even need the bruises and the damage from the wreck to help with, like, it was a visual cue for you to separate the two. I didn't even need that. It was so apparent who was talking when they were talking. There were two different Sams in there. And you're right. The older Sam had come to peace, and he was much more relaxed and easygoing and patient with everything. And the new Sam was edgy and, hitting the punching bag and just stressed out all the time and couldn't let go. It was really interesting to see the two dynamics.
There was a scene early on where the older Sam burns his hand. He sees something that isn't actually there, burns his hand, and has like a bandage over it for the rest of the movie. I feel like that was kind of leading towards like is it Alien the second one with Michael Fassbender.
Covenant?
Covenant. Thank you so much. Leading to like Alien Covenant time where they're like he gets injured and then they have to like fake out how that is. Like I thought maybe the newer Sam would have to burn his hand so that he can fool Gertie or something, and it just never really came to pass. Like it just never really became necessary that he burned his hand. Kind of like you're saying, like you could always tell which Sam was which without those little subtle details. I expected that to go somewhere that didn't. It wasn't a big problem. It wasn't a big scene or anything like that. It was just one of those weird, like, oh, I thought that was gonna amount to something that never really did.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Like they did seem to focus either starting or ending the scene, showing his hand specifically, being like, okay, this is the Sam we're following. And maybe that was just written into the script as cueing, but because Sam Rockwell just crushed these characters, you just didn't need it. It was excess. So, but because it was already, kind of written and they're playing it out, it's just the way it is.
It didn't take away from it at all, so might as well keep it. Yeah.
But
even the fact that he is seeing something could be like you're seeing his body fall apart. Maybe that's his mind starting to go as well.
And that's part of it too, right? Like at the beginning, they do kind of show you that he is kind of falling apart mentally, physically. He is seeing things. So at what point is he seeing this vision and believing that he's seeing himself, or is he, mentally just gone? Which audiences already know what's going on at that point, but the character doesn't. So maybe, I don't know, that seems to be a little bit of a piece of the puzzle there too, of him just trying to remind himself, is this real or not? Am I seeing this or not? And I kind of wish they held on to that a little longer. He kind of came to terms with it a little quick for my liking, but again, within the 2-hour scope, they do a lot.
When I first watched this and the two Sams were in the same room, I was having trouble believing that he was a clone of himself. I thought it had to be something else. Excuse me. And I remember the first time I was watching this, I didn't believe that there were two Sams, that one was a clone or anything, until they actually exchanged something. They like made contact with each other. Now, had I been paying attention, I'd been like, oh yeah, one carried the other one out of the wreck, so obviously he did. But they didn't show that sequence. They just showed him like wipe the faceplate, and there was somebody inside. Like maybe he's seeing things or whatever. You don't really know until he opens the suit or something. So it was kind of the same way with Fight Club. I couldn't believe it until I had like evidence. And they did give you some evidence early on. They started actually exchanging, holding, grabbing, and as the movie progresses, you see more and more intricate sequences where he's patting him on the cheek and stuff. Like, how do you make that? How do you make that shot? I'd love to see how that's actually done. That was just some really cool stuff. I'd like to know who played the body double when you'd see the back of one Sam and the real Sam Rockwell talking to himself. I'd like to know who played the body double, because even the back of the guy looked right.
I can tell you it was Robin Chalk.
Robin Chalk?
Sam Bell clone. Yeah, he was kind of the body double throughout, so... an interesting role to play, just showing the back of you, side of you profile, right? Like never full on image view, but you have to be there to play off of the other actor, right? Like a very important, integral part, especially in a movie like this. I'm guessing he's probably got very similar physical attributes, height, weight, everything to pull this off as well. Because you're saying lining up those eyes, right? You have to be looking at somebody. And so ideally they're the same height on the same mark in the same room, so that you can flip that and refilm it the other way, right? So it's very, very well done. And
so even though that guy just shows the back of his head, that's an important part for him to play, and then not an easy one either.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also impressive, again, from a first-time director to have nailed this so expertly. Like you said, like it's fairly seamless, all these interactions with himself. Like I didn't notice anywhere. I'm like, oh no, they're.
I never saw one. I never saw one that took me out.
Worked really well. Now, out of curiosity, as far as the movie goes, you touched on it a second ago, Brian. He is on his own for 3 years until he, gets in his space shuttle and goes back to Earth, aka the cremator, and the new clone is awakened and continues his 3-year mission. During that time, he's receiving video transmissions from home. He can't get live feed, so it's all taped recordings of his wife, and he's going through this 3-year journey where his wife actually has a child. He meets the daughter, stuff like that. We find out later on in the movie the daughter is now grown up. She is in her teens, high teens,
Yeah,
probably
she's like 15.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in that
I'd say
range.
late teens even.
So clearly he is at least the fifth clone to have gone through this proceeding. I'm curious, they didn't really touch on this. We know the dad is alive, the mother has passed away, and the daughter is alive. I really wanted him to connect with Earth Sam, have some sort of a conversation with him. We know that the clone makes it back to Earth and, makes a fuss, talking to the news and stuff like that. I'm really curious, like, do you guys think that Sam knew that this was happening? Is he getting paid from the company and he did this entirely willingly? Or did they clone him from like a cup or something? He has no idea. And they just used the recordings that his wife actually sent to him to mess with this clone. Like, are they getting free Sam labor out of this guy? Or do you think that he's...
Yeah, Sam comes out of the bathroom and a fleet of like scientists scurry in there to just swab some DNA. No, I think Earth Sam absolutely knew what he was getting into because the wife had to make those recordings to the guy on the moon.
But original Sam could have been on the moon and the wife should make the recordings.
It's true.
I'm with
Could
you.
be.
I'm with you that the family is probably in on this. But that leads to the next question. And again, they didn't really go too into this. I'm sorry. Well, you agree that he's probably in on this?
I agree 100% that he was probably the first one-manned wrecking crew up on the moon. He had the live feed of those video interactions throughout. Then he went home and the company's like, hey, we have got this breakthrough. We're going to clone you and send you up there. Here's a cut for your thing. And I kind of like that they didn't touch on the real Sam, aside from the one phone call that he does get to make. And he hears the real Sam's voice saying, who is that?
Yeah.
Let me talk to them. And then the line gets cut off. I love that they just gave you a hint of it so that you can question, like, what is his role in all of this? I kind of like that.
I'm kind of doing the sliding doors thing on that one, where I'm like, I love the movie we got, and I also really want the movie we didn't. And I don't want them to be two separate things. So I can.
Oh, that phone call! If that were me, that phone call would have gone on for another 10 minutes. Like, I got questions, you know.
100%.
But of course,
Now,
holding back those questions allows the audience to ask those questions and answer them themselves.
So here's the next question I had, the follow-up to my own question. Assuming Sam knows about this process, could you do that to yourself? Knowing that the person on the planet moon is going to be a version of you, going crazy, not knowing what's going on, getting false hope from your wife about your child that he's never going to get to meet, and then dying alone. Could you do that to a version of yourself?
All right.
How much you paying me? How much you paying me? It's a severance kind of question, right? Same kind of principle, right? You're making an aspect of yourself that you don't ever have to deal with, that has to deal with all the horrible stuff, and you get to be paid for it. So I don't know.
I feel like most sci-fi pictures, it's the big bad company against the world, and it's a matter of how much to get paid to make things happen. So do you believe clones are real people? All of this, if they can only ever live 3 years, like, is this the best use of a clone's time? Should we clone it all? Like, all of these questions that can be brought up from this movie. But at the bottom line, I feel it's a evil corporation tactic here, and Sam's bought into it because he's getting well paid to lend his voice to AI. You know what I'm saying? If I were to put it in today's age, you're just lending your voice to AI, and AI will reimburse you a little bit, and I'd call it a day. And
That's a fascinating way of looking at that.
Some actors are going that way. Some actors are like, yeah, you can have my likeness, and I'll retire and
Just get a royalty check.
put me in movies, and I'll take a cut. And it's a choice. Whether it's right or wrong, that's up to every individual, I suppose. Dan, how do you feel?
I mean, you're not entirely wrong. There probably is a amount of money that would allow me to throw my morals out the window, but like, there's a huge chunk of me that's like, no one knows me like I know me, and like, I wouldn't do being alone very well. And now I'm just forcing who knows how many me's to live a miserable existence that they're gonna hate. They're gonna wake up, and like, once you open the door to that, because this is classic sci-fi stuff, right? So like, once you open the door to the idea that like, you're gonna wake up, not have any idea if you're the clone or the real one or whatever, how would I ever know that me living on Earth with my wife is the real me and not also a clone, and there's a better version of me living a better life somewhere else? You know what I mean? Like, it would just, I think it would open up too many doors in my imagination for me to be able to do that. Let alone the idea
you wouldn't sleep well at night for the rest of your life.
I mean, like a stack of money, I guess, but shy of that, like, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it.
It's an interesting concept for sure, right?
Yeah, it's tough. I would definitely, like Brian, I would be having that conversation with the Earth me, though, being like, dude, the fuck? Why?
I mean, one part of me immediately thinks, I just gave up 3 years of my life. I missed the birth of my child in the first 3 years. And if I think back, I was very fortunate because when my son was born, I say this, during COVID, I got to be home with my son. And I have been home with my son since he's been born, pretty much. And would I want to trade that to go to the moon for 3 years and live in solitude and miss all of those experiences? Like, no, 100%. But that's because I've had those experiences. Being in Sam's shoes, kind of trouble with anger management, maybe getting away because the marriage is crumbling a little bit, because it does seem like their marriage kind of was on the right because of this move. And so maybe he was like, after 3 years, he's like, you know what? I never want to go back to the moon again. Just clone me, give me a fat stack, and I can spend the rest of my life making up for the 3 years I missed with my child.
And honestly, it kind of looks like it was better for him. Old Sam is a better, more well-rounded individual who's ready to go back and be a part of his family again. When the young Sam feels like he's kind of running away or using it as an escape.
You're saying clone Sam 1, but you're not saying OG Sam. We don't know OG Sam.
We don't know OG Sam.
Okay.
OG Sam may never have left the Earth. We don't know.
That's true too. That's
true.
true too.
Yeah, you guys are reading a lot into OG Sam about his marriage and him living a better life. I'm like, we don't know shit. Like, we don't even know if he knows what's going on.
Well, yeah. The only thing we know from OG Sam is his wife passed away.
Yep.
And he lives with his 15-year-old daughter. Ish.
Hey, do we have a time when this takes place? Like what year this took place?
2035.
It's
Yeah,
2035, so near future. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but again, I think the movie does a good job of setting up those questions so that we can talk about it and be like, what the F? It could be this, it could be that, it could be anything. What would you do? I don't know. This is crazy. And so that's a good thing. Whereas if they would have just spilt all the beans, I would have felt a little bit less good about it. Or you know, it depends how it unfolded, but I like that curiosity that it drives up into my soul and my brain.
Well, and you're not wrong. Like, it is, like, as I mentioned, like, I kind of want both versions of the movie because the one we got is darn near perfect. Like, it's really solid. But I also want to have those conversations. So it's good that we have this show so we can talk about those kind of things because there are things that I'm still curious about. Now, I will point out, I found out 2035 on IMDb. I don't believe the movie ever states what time it is. So you could watch this in 2035 and it could still be the near future. Like, it's not like a Back to the Future where it specifically says, oh, this all happens in 2015 and we're 10 years removed from that and still don't have a hoverboard. Freaking Universal.
Honestly, because of the style of this film, it almost feels like an alternate reality, and it's maybe a bit retro, like this is actually late 90s. Like, that's what it kind of feels like it takes place because of the look of the film and everything. And so I kind of just thought it was kind of an alternate universe maybe, but near future also works. So yeah, it's cool either way. A lot of freedom to interpret this movie the way you want to, and I love that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It's such a little nothing. I kind of loved that when the clone woke up, like when they go down to the basement, they find that like whole bay of clones. They pull one out just to take a look at it. He's got a little Ziploc baggie of all the same shirts that we've seen Sam wear throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like the space station somehow knows how to get rid of all of his clothing and then supply the exact same clothing. It was just one of those weird little like nothing moments that my brain was like, that's cute. I like that.
So that brings me to my biggest question, concern, wonderment from you guys about this movie, because the only other thing on this moon station is Gertie. Gertie robot with his little arm floating around on his little rail. he's the one that's got to clean up and reset all of these, everything, the shirts, the rooms, everything. So what were your guys' thoughts on Gertie is my first question. Dan, why don't you go ahead?
I'll grab that one if you don't mind. Hit the right button. So Gertie's played by Kevin Spacey, and it's this little robot with an arm. It is super primitive. It is attached to the ceiling. I don't think it moves very easily from room to room, if at all. It was an incredibly helpful robot, despite knowing seemingly everything that was going on, which was a little bit weird to me. The fact that it clearly works for this evil corporation. It clearly is on board with the whole cloning process. And yet everything that Sam asks of it, it does no problem, including unlocking previous recordings of Sam, where he's like clearly putting himself into the incinerator. And it's just like, here, watch this. And it's like, I don't really understand why they didn't program that to Gertie to not do things like that. Like, that seems very counterproductive. As far as cleaning up the place when, you know, Sam dies, presumably because they're like, hey, we're going to put you on a rocket ship and send you back to Earth, they would have in the instructions, like, make sure you tidy up the place for the next person, throw all your clothes in the bay with you, or something, so that Gertie wouldn't have to clean up, because I don't imagine that Gertie is going to have much luck cleaning the place up whatsoever. I thought Gertie was interesting. It's very much, like you mentioned before, like a HAL clone. Like, it has that feel to it. In fact, we made the joke a couple of times in the chat, like, oh, I can't do that, HAL. I didn't mind it. It was just, I wish they explained a little more. Like, all it said was, I'm supposed to be helpful to you. Mm-hmm. And that was supposed to be like, well, something about it just feels like it was going against its programming to help him. Is that a feeling you got, Brian?
I feel like it's programmed to help and assist and keep him healthy and alive until it's time for him to climb into the pod to go home, or the cremation chamber. And I think what it is that they didn't really need to put any stop orders on Gertie, because Sam, if everything went according to plan, would never ask to see the hidden footage of himself because he wouldn't know it exists. And so Gertie just never has to do any of that for any previous clone. And then once the genie's out of the bottle, you know, there wasn't any code put in there to solve this problem for the corporation, not for anybody else. But it's not a problem for Gertie. Gertie just has to keep now both Sams alive and healthy. And the best way to do that is, help them process their mental health in any way they can, whatever they're doing. And so I guess it kind of works. Like, yeah, you could say there's a hole in the plot with some of the Gertie stuff, but also it could just be the way that they approached it. The programmers just never felt that they needed to put stops in place because they didn't expect this to ever happen. It's just a hubris kind of thing. Okay. So the best I can come up with, really.
Yeah.
And realistically, we saw a cleanup crew show up after, 2 days? So, like, worst case scenario, if one of the Sams goes haywire,
they can go, wipe the place and reset. And reboot Hal, so he doesn't, or not Hal, Gertie, so that he doesn't remember anything, which is what happened, right? Yep. We don't know. Maybe this is a regular event, and this is how it's supposed to go, because it's not like Sam's gonna last very long. He's got a 3-year shelf life no matter what. Whether he burns up in the incinerator or just dies of cancer, he's not going to make it very far. They probably just didn't expect him to take a ride in the trash chute all the way back to Earth, or whatever thing he climbed into.
So why even keep those recordings? What's the point of those recordings?
Beats me. It's data.
I don't care.
Google doesn't throw away my data. And I watch the most worthless, useless information ever, and I'm sure Google never deletes any of that.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean... Fair. So I don't disagree. Like, Gertie was a necessary portion of this film for multiple reasons. I did find that overall Gertie felt good, except there was a couple of moments where, like Dan was mentioning, like, Gertie will just be helpful, and that shone through a lot. Although I do feel like they intentionally made it ambiguous at the start a little bit. And there was a couple of times where Sam legit said, like, asked, I'm not quoting this, but am I a clone? Like, is this a clone? Am I a clone? And Gertie didn't answer. And there was another time when Gertie had the live feed call.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
And
say.
Gertie lied about it.
Yeah.
Which didn't flow, didn't gel with the programming that lets Gertie override the password and show him all the files. Like, those two things don't mesh up as far as I'm concerned in a computer program.
Well, I'm going to take it one step further if you don't mind.
Sure.
Sorry,
Yes, please. No. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. When confronted directly, Gertie lies to him. But when he's trying to break in and see those videos, Gertie helps him without him asking. Gertie just comes up behind him and starts typing in the password. He's not like, hey, Gertie, you need to help me with this. So why does Gertie go from actively lying to him to
actively helping,
oversharing?
Exactly.
It's just it doesn't take me out of the movie. I'm not trying to nitpick it to death. It's just one of those weird I wish there was an explanation for that.
I think
it just stood out. It stood out to me. So it was just an odd thing.
Yeah, there are definitely some rough spots. Those points. I kind of view it as Gertie is doing what he thinks is best for Sam. It doesn't even matter which copy of Sam it is. I don't think Gertie thinks of Sam as a clone. Sam is the entity that Gertie is supposed to take care of. And so when Sam is on the verge of a nervous breakdown and trying to get access to this, he sees that he can help Sam's mental state by alleviating it by punching in the code. And I think that when Sam asks him directly after that live call and Gertie lies to him, I think it's because Gertie feels that lying to him is going to give Sam the best peace of mind. And that would jive with the programming. The programming may not be tell the truth, stop him, lie to him, whatever. I think the programming is just take care of Sam. That's it.
That's actually a very good point. I actually like that a lot.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Although it's still weird, just because it's a forced plot point.
Yeah.
But it's a great explanation of the reasoning behind if there is the thought process of Gertie. Obviously, there's no thought process, but okay. I just wondered where you guys were at with it, because it was like the one thing of the writing and like the plot that just kind of felt forced, and so it pulled me out a little bit. But again, it's still a fun movie to watch. It's super interesting. It's just that was odd, and because they purposely made it ambiguous at the beginning, the hard turn made it that much more hard to believe, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, if we saw Gertie being super helpful the entire time, or if we saw Gertie getting damaged, either one of those would have been okay for me. But either way, it's fine. Are you guys about ready to jump into rating?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've covered most of the stuff I had on my list.
Okay. I have one more question for you that I might take out of this before it makes it to YouTube, but I just wanted to,
this is
throw
going to
it
be
out there.
spicy.
Well, I don't want it to get spicy, and I don't want to go super far. I just have a question for you that I don't think we've ever...
Hold on to your popcorn, chat. It's going to get wild in here.
It definitely will not be.
Join us on Twitch if you want the unedited, raw footage. This might not make it to YouTube.
Yeah, almost definitely won't. While we were watching this on the Patreon, Brian, you made a comment at the very beginning of the movie, I think during the opening credits, because Kevin Spacey is in this. How do you guys feel about separating art from artist? Does it hurt your ability to watch something when somebody is in it that you know you have an issue with or that has a nasty track record? Does it make you not want to watch it? Have you stopped watching certain franchises or certain things you love because of something like that? Or you just whatever, power through? I realize this is a super open-ended question, and I said this might not make it, but it's just one of those things. I think this is the first time this has come up, so I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
For me, I'm one of those people that I strongly lean into innocent until proven guilty, and I don't know where Kevin Spacey stands on that because I didn't really follow the trials or the stuff that he went through. I think it was more of the public opinion that he was crucified on. And so I don't know the details, and I'm not one to judge. So I think Kevin Spacey's a fantastic actor, did great voice acting in this, and has made a lot of quality stuff that I enjoy, and I don't want to stop watching that if I don't have to. And so until someone tells me, yeah, he was convicted of something horrific, then I'm not even going to worry about it. And then it kind of depends. Is the thing that they do in real life so horrific that I can't stop thinking about it when I hear the sound of their voice? Or, was he caught, I don't know. I watched the movie Blow, and that
yourself in
had
trouble.
Pee Wee Herman in it, and I thought he did a great job. Okay, didn't bother me a bit. All right, let the man have his time in front of the camera. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's very dependent on the situation, but for me, I tend to think that public opinion tends to bring people down and silence people when they shouldn't be silenced, and I think it's sometimes unfortunate. That being said, I don't know the details of Kevin Spacey and his history, other than I know that he was accused of doing something bad.
Yeah. I was going more generalized than specifically Kevin Spacey. It just came up because of Kevin Spacey in this one.
But yeah, I try to remove, because I don't care what people do in their private life. I'm paying them to do a job, and their job is to act in this movie. That's kind of how I feel it. So I try to separate that.
Until them doing things in their private life includes spying on you and your family when you don't know about it.
Sure, but I don't know that they did anything to me. So, what Kevin Spacey didn't affect me.
Right.
To the point where I don't even know the details about it. And so
That's fair.
it's not an issue for me.
I kind of agree. It kind of depends on the severity of the charges and how much I like the person in the first place. I always thought Kevin Spacey was a brilliant actor. Having him be in this movie didn't really bother me. If he came out with a movie that he was like written, direct, and starring him, maybe I'd steer clear of that. But I'm not gonna not watch Seven because he's in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I won't. I don't know. That's just where my personal boundary lies.
It's kind of like this. I think Michael Jackson makes some great music that I still rock out to today. Were he convicted of pedophilia, I don't know if I would be listening to his music, because I would think about that and it would make me feel bad, and I wouldn't want to listen to his music anymore. Yeah. Now, Michael Jackson's done some stupid stuff too, but I don't think about that when I hear, Thriller or something. So it doesn't affect me. So it really is the severity and the truth of the situation, because when it's just public opinion bashing someone, I don't give that a grain of salt.
Sure. Okay, that was all. I just had a question about it. Just wanted to discuss.
Back to YouTube.
All right.
Back to YouTube.
You guys are good?
Yeah, let's do this thing.
All right. 1 second.
Does it change your opinion that Kevin Spacey did not agree to do this movie until he saw a rough cut of it first?
I think that's a brilliant move on his part. It doesn't change my opinion on him specifically. Yeah, my.
But isn't it
understanding-
kind of a douchey move?
No, I think it's a
No,
brilliant move.
I think
A
that's
movie
just
this small with a reputation like his in, I want to say 2009. He was still clean.
Oh yeah.
With a reputation like his, going into a movie this small where you don't really know how it's going to come together, instead of attaching yourself to a dumpster fire, he made sure that the movie
had legs,
sounded good, and then was like, yeah, I'll absolutely join this. Because it wouldn't have affected the production anything to have hired somebody different. So it's not like he was forcing them to rewrite.
I don't know if that's
or do
accurate.
anything.
I don't know
What
if
do you
that's
mean?
accurate.
How would the voice acting?
I think it would have been easier to record or do the voiceover while they were recording than doing it post. One, for the actors on stage reacting to Gertie, because you don't know the tone, you don't know how any of that. You usually just have to blind react to it. It's always easier to react to somebody. And
Sure.
even if they did somebody else's voice, it's going to be different than what he provides. So I don't think
really though, because he's doing a very robotic voice. Sorry to stepping on you there, but like his voice is very like, I don't think that's a good idea, Hal. It's not like he's putting a ton of himself into it. Does that make sense?
I mean,
there are other roles where I would disagree with you more. Sorry.
fair. I mean, you're not.
I think what Dan's saying is it does mute the tones a bit, but I still agree with Will. If you're Sam on the other end of this, I would want to hear exactly what the audience is going to hear.
Okay, fair enough.
But I don't think it's a bad play for him. Looking at where this movie is coming from and the budget that it's working with and the synopsis for the film and everything, I don't begrudge him wanting to see more before he, puts his name on it, before he gives it the stamp of approval and jumps in on it. So it can go either way for me.
Yeah, I guess in my mind, I'm just gonna. In my mind, because I'm on the other side of it a little bit. I do think it's a bit of a douchey move because it's not like he's like an up and coming actor who needs to get a good part to make his career. He's a well established actor. Who cares if he has one movie that is a flop? Which I would say technically this movie was a flop, even though it was really good, because just people didn't see it. Right? It didn't get out to a lot of people. It was a little indie movie.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a douchey move being like, oh yeah, if it's up to my standard, like you're an actor, man, take the job. If you were interested in the script, trust the process. It's a creative collaboration process.
Take part in and raise the standards yourself.
Maybe I'm coming at it from a different angle because I've been a part of the collaboration process in exactly this scenario. But it's just like, have some faith in the process and enjoy the process. That's kind of what it's all about. So just being like, I might be too good for this movie felt a little weird to me.
Okay, flip side of that coin, you've got a Nepo baby making his very first movie. He's the writer, he's the director. He might not have a clue what he's doing. He's got an incredibly small budget. There's a good chance this is an actual dumpster fire. And you're just like, I don't want to take the time to fly out there, do the recordings, be on stage for the 8 days or whatever it took to record the entire movie.
Sure.
Like, that's a commitment. And I don't know that I want to do that. Whereas I can do the sound recording over the course of 12 hours.
Just decline it. Give the work to somebody who wants it, who wants to be a part of all that. Like you can just decline it. You don't have to be a douche and hold it over them. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? Sorry, Duncan Jones?
Yes.
If Duncan Jones wanted somebody on set that badly, they could have also declined him. Clearly, they wanted Kevin Spacey, and they were willing to jump through that hoop for him. I don't know.
That's fine. Yeah, I agree with that. That's
another thing. Record it with somebody else, and then if you want to, you can re-record Kevin Spacey's voice over those lines instead, and switch it. But have somebody else do the collaborative process. And you might find out that was way better. And then you don't have Spacey's name attached to this in retrospect after,
I mean, you'd be paying two artists, though.
I'd almost bet money they did do that, but probably not with a artist so much as just somebody, right? Like if I had a producer read the lines or something just so that Sam Rockwell had something to work against.
Yeah, timing of some kind.
Yeah, but anyways, all right. If you like what we do and you want to help support us, head on over to the Patreon. There's a link down below. Huge shout out to our producers, our executive producers, Real Bubba Hotep and Dino, our writer, Elder JM990, and our director, It's You. Thank you all so very much.
All right, let's rate this bad boy.
All right.
Okay. Film was great. Loved it the first time, loved it the second time. I actually liked going in the second time and being more critical of the film, being able to really look into the pieces, knowing what the plot is all about and knowing where it's going and everything. So I enjoyed seeing those set pieces, and even though I saw more flaws the deeper I looked, knowing the budget and what went into this film, it didn't take away from it at all. It was actually just going like, that's still really good for what they did. One of the worst parts of this film was just seeing those doorways that Sam had to step over to go through that made absolutely no sense. If you were to ever pick up a heavy space rock and needed to cart it somewhere, you couldn't, because you couldn't roll your cart anywhere. It just seemed dumb to me. I guess you'd have Gertie pick it up and carry it. Gertie only had one arm, though. I digress. The low point in the film, in my stats here, was probably the sound. They had good reason for doing what they did, but a lot of the sound was, they did like muffled space sounds, which was okay. Technically, the moon has an atmosphere, though it's almost negligible. But I really like when they do like true space sounds where it's perfectly silent in space, or even closer to silent when you have those kind of sounds and stuff. And I think there were opportunities missed when it came to the sound. I don't remember any kind of music or drama building tunes or anything like that, so it didn't take away or add to in that effect. It was just kind of the actual sound of people talking, whether they're in a suit or in a spaceship, or not a spaceship, well, a spaceship, I guess, or rover or whatever. So that was the only thing that kind of came in low, and even that still got a really good score, honestly. Overall, I gave this film an 82. I think it is an excellent piece of science fiction that doesn't even really need to be science fiction. It just has a lot of deep thinking about the consciousness and how you would react to yourself, your own growth and discipline, and all that stuff that's in this movie. Just some really heady things to think about. Made for a great flick, and had a good time watching it.
Very nice. All right, very similar to Brian. I don't really remember the music in this movie all that much. I think the sound was fine. I agree with Brian again. It would be nice if the outer space scenes were completely silent, but I wasn't thinking that while I was watching the movie. I was too engaged in the movie to have that take me out or whatnot. I think the performance, how you want to look at it, from Sam Rockwell was absolutely phenomenal in this movie. And this movie does a couple of things that I really, really like in cinema. One, I love contained environments, whether it be like a Clerks or a phone booth or a Lock, where you just have like one actor who's really carrying it, or like a small little group in a small little area. So that portion of this does really well for me. Also, the sci-fi that isn't just like aliens and silliness, but it's actually like raising really interesting questions about who we are as a people and what we can do. I really love that kind of stuff. And this movie did both of those really quite well, especially for how small of a budget it is. I also really appreciate the fact that they could get as much out of this as they did on an indie budget. I really enjoyed this film both times that I saw it. Unfortunately, it's not one that I think I'm going to be revisiting often or over and over again. It was just, I'm glad I revisited it. There were parts of it that I completely forgot about, so I'm glad that I did. But I don't know it's one I'm going to go back to over and over again. I am giving this an 84, though. I really like this one. And even though we did just spend an hour completely ruining it for you, you should really check it out if you haven't seen it.
Facts. We ruined the movie. No, it's great. It's great. Now, I'm going to disagree about one thing that both Brian and Dan said. I actually quite like the music specifically in this movie. The artist was Clint Mansell. He also did the music for Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan, Pi, The Fountain, all kinds of very good music. He really knows how to like put you on edge with the music. And I think I actually read that the director was actually using segments of his music from Requiem when they were like editing and stuff. And he's like, I can't get this music out of my mind. How are we ever going to find music to go into this movie now? And actually just contacted this guy, and he's like, yeah, I'll do the music for this movie. So I thought that was really cool that they actually got him after using samples of his music from other movies already. And I thought the music was really well. That being said, yeah, some of the outdoor moon sounds was a little weird, but you know, if you're invested in the movie, you just go along with that kind of stuff along the way. Aside from that, this fits perfectly into my little box of what Will likes in a movie, and it's independent passion projects, first time or near first time directors putting everything they have into a movie, and it really shows on screen in this movie. So there's very little I can't say I enjoyed about this movie. There's some plot holes and things like that, but again, the greater portion of sci-fi with great sci-fi is the questions about humanity or society, and you know, like Star Trek or what have you. That's what sci-fi is about. It's not just about we're far off in space fighting aliens and silliness, as Dan put it. And I 100% agree with that. So overall, this movie it hit me really well. I think I enjoyed it more actually on the second watching than when I originally watched it. I gave this a movie 84 out of 100 as well.
Dan and Will agreed on something.
I mean, I think it's the second time we've tied our scores. Yeah.
It's only been a year and a half.
It's good. It's good. We find some parallels. It's nice.
That's a pretty solid grouping for this film, coming in all that close.
It's a solid movie. It's a solid sci-fi flick for sure. And I just like the retro feel of it. I don't know, that throwback to the old sci-fi films. Just I like that. I think it was such a love of the old sci-fi that really was put into this project and Sean. So
Hughes, you're gonna make me go back and watch Oblivion again because I don't remember the plot to Oblivion.
It's not quite what he's saying it is, but he's also not wrong. I like Oblivion more than most. It got really panned when it came out. I'm also a bigger Tom Cruise fan than most. I would watch that one again in a heartbeat. I don't remember it well, but there's definitely, if nothing else, there's imagery in that movie that I absolutely love. I'm a huge sucker for post-apocalyptic stuff, and when they're flying through the canyon and you realize the canyon is actually like New York or something, and they're flying between buildings, but the sand has built up over top of it, it's just fucked, just injected in my veins.
You know, it's weird. I don't like Tom Cruise as an actor, but I like all of his movies. I don't know why that is. I like everything. You go from Risky Business to Edge of Tomorrow. Like I'm all of it. MI6, all this stuff. I like all those movies, but I've never really enjoyed Tom Cruise all that much.
I grew up in a household that all liked Tom Cruise. So it wasn't until I hit like quite a bit later that I realized like, oh, he's really not that well liked, surprisingly. But it's like, oh, but I like so many things he's in. In fact, he's in one of my top 5 at least, like of all time. It's just like, oh, that's okay, sure.
I mean, he's done really well for himself picking projects that are successful for the most part. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He definitely plays a certain part in most of his films.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will give in Hollywood.
I will give you that. He definitely does. He hasn't, in a very long time, really strayed too hard. I guess Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
But that's like a bit part.
Tropic Thunder is one of the first ones where I liked him in the movie, and it was because he finally stepped out of his normal role and did something different, and I liked that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's a common occurrence in Hollywood, right? You get rutted into a certain role type, and that's just the way it is because you make money in that role type.
Yeah.
And
we got a couple actors who are pigeonholed in that right now.
100%, and getting out of that is sometimes way harder than you would think it would be, being, you know, a well-established actor.
Yeah.
Some make it out and some don't. Some want to get out and some don't. You know, there's reasons for all of it, but it is what it is.
Well, and like right now you've got the two that come to mind are The Rock and Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, as being just like they play themselves in everything. Maybe not themselves, but they play a very specific role in basically everything. And it's like, maybe it's because when the directors hire them, they want the Ryan Reynolds, like they want the Deadpool type in their movie, and he's like, nah, I'd like to do something different. They're like, no, this is what we hired you for.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Brian, what was that?
I was going to ask you guys a question, but I'm just going to go grab it myself here. There was a female actress who was getting typecasted, and she was in the, I think it was the Princess Diaries or something?
Anne Hathaway?
Anne Hathaway, yes. And she got sick of it, and so she went and played in Brokeback Mountain, and she was never typecast again. And she's played a variety of roles ever since Brokeback Mountain. And
I
thought she did a stellar job. Yeah, I think she's great. Yeah. And that's the kind of length that actors need to go to apparently to kind of get free of that same role. And
yeah, I mean, look at Harry Potter, right? Like that guy's never taken a straight movie since he did Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were just talking about that at work, actually. Sorry, I've got the chart ready to go, but this is a fun conversation. We were just talking about that at work. Like, he never has to take another job ever again. Like, most actors kind of have to do like a one for me, one for them mentality. And Daniel Radcliffe is like, I could have retired at 9. Like, I don't ever have to do a movie I don't want to be in. And so he's purely picking projects that are just fun for him. And it's like, kudos to him. And like, some of those are good movies. Like, I legit enjoy Guns Akimbo. It is so off the wall stupid, but it is a perfect like Dan version of off the wall stupid. Have you guys seen that one? Do you know what that one is?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
What is it?
Guns Akimbo.
I've heard of it. Haven't seen it.
It's a quasi-futuristic movie where instead of having like Twitch, they have these like live battles where people actually are fighting each other. So like you watch and you like pay attention to like your favorite fighter, and they'll go around killing each other in real world scenarios. He is making fun of these guys, like he's a troll online, and the organizer's like, fuck this guy, and like takes him, literally bolts guns to his hands, and is like, you're the new prize target. $1 million to anybody who can kill you. And so like it's him walking around this movie where he has no hands essentially. He's got guns for hands, trying to like go to the bathroom, and like he's wearing a bathrobe the entire time. And like he is the furthest thing from a badass. It's hilarious. I really do enjoy it. It's so.
I'll have to check that out. I just put that on my shit to watch list. Do you know what it's streaming on by chance? I've been adding the streaming services that these things air on, so I don't have to search for them.
I can look, but unfortunately,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Canada or the States.
Don't worry about it. It's on the list anyway.
It says Prime Video, but whether the same Prime Video, I don't know.
But I mean, in Daniel Radcliffe's case, it's like he's like this young guy who loves acting, like, you know, got this crazy starring role in this crazy series of 7 movies or whatever. Like he's set, but as an actor, you still want to act. So like, if you're gonna be only seen as Harry Potter, what's the best thing you can do so that you can keep enjoying the craft that you have worked so hard to be a part of? It's gonna be taking these wild roles that nobody is gonna notice you even taking because they're so off the wall, or if they do, they're gonna be like, what is this guy doing? I have to watch it. So it's a way to like continue doing what you love without being like pigeonholed in it, or be kind of like the opposite with some of these actors who grow up and get just typecast, or else they grow up and be like, oh, this isn't the cute kid I watched, aka The Sixth Sense. Nobody wants to cast them anymore. Like it's like this weird place for children actor when they grow up. They're like, how do you navigate that? And I think some have definitely navigated better than others.
For sure. All right,
let's get this going.
This is obviously not it. I don't know how to change it on the fly, so here we go. And with that, our third Patreon pick makes it onto the list. Moon is taking over the second place with a score of 83. So far, we've had pretty good luck with these Patreon picks. I really appreciate that. What do you guys think? Obviously this was no City of God, but it was also significantly better than Wanda. I think it's pretty exactly where it should be, considering all of our scores are within 2 of each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I like how, you know, it's rare that we are this tight on our ratings. I mean, I'm not the biggest sci-fi fan. I think you two are definitely more fans, but I enjoy sci-fi for the thought-provoking nature, and I think this one kind of hits that just right. And so I'm happy with the score, and I'm happy that we are kind of in alignment with it.
Absolutely. That's actually a good trivia. I might have to go back and check, see if this is in fact the closest we've ever been. It'd be hard to beat, the whole thing too.
Mm-hmm. Super cool.
All right, that's perfect. All right, and that's our rating of Moon. What do you guys think? Does that score up? Nope. Haven't done that in a long time. All right, and that's our rating of Moon. Leave a comment down below. Was our score a little too high, a little too low? I'd love to know what you have to think about that. We record this live over at twitch.tv/The Mongoolie Show, and because this is a Patreon pick, we actually watch this one live over on the Patreon. So hit the link down below if you want to go join that, and so you can join the next movie watch along with us when we do that at the end of the month. If you made it this far in the video, you probably enjoyed it, considering that like and subscribe buttons, that we see you in the next one. Yeah, I fumbled that a little bit, but we're just going to leave it.
Oh, it's fine. Also,
I don't know if people will make it to the end of these videos anyways.
Yeah. Also, not that it has to be in the video, but big thanks to It's Hughes and Elder JM for picking that movie for us. It was a ton of fun to watch, and it was super fun to be our first Discord watch party. I thought I had a blast, and I hope everybody had fun that was taking part of it.
Yeah. 2 out of 3 of those Patreon picks I have not seen until coming into it, and so I'm always happy to watch something new that other people are like, this is great. You know, I want to see those. And so I'm curious what the next one's going to be. There is a conversation in the Patreon Discord. And so I'm kind of like, if I've seen it, I'm kind of like, well, let's go take a look at one of those other ones you were talking about, because I want to see something new. Yeah. But at the same time, like, I've seen this one before, had a great time rewatching it. It's obviously a quality film. We gave it a good high score, so it doesn't matter. Gonna enjoy it no matter what.
In fairness, of the movies that are in that list, even the ones I've seen, I haven't seen in probably 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Even the rewatches are going to be essentially brand new watches.
No, yeah, it's great, and just the variety is awesome so far too. So keep it up, keep it up. If y'all are gonna keep being on that Patreon, we love it. We love the variety. We love, even if they're bombs, I don't care. It's just fun digging into different things.
You know what? I don't want to jinx it. I love the movies they've chosen so far. I don't know that 100%. I ever would have watched Moon again, or Fish Called Wanda, or even City of God.
I never would have picked up A Fish Called Wanda. I'm glad that I watched it, though, because it's a popular film, and now I know what everybody's talking about, you know?
Yeah.
Not to mention, looking at that cast and seeing how many times they've cast that same exact group of people, I'm like, whoa!
I was nervous when we made this Patreon in the first place, that it would be like, well, let's make them watch this bullshit movie. Let's make them watch this terrible movie. And
well, don't jinx it.
Every month. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I almost don't want to say it. We'll get like Bubba Hotep joining the Patreon or something.
Oh, 100%.
But I'm really happy with the ones we've chosen so far. I'm actually really excited for it. And now that there's a Patreon watch party, maybe they'll only choose good movies so that they watch them with us. We're like, well, I don't want to sit through that. So
yeah, maybe
it's a good thing.
That being said, I don't mind watching a bomb once in a while. Once in a blue moon, a bomb is pretty fun.
Hey, let's get Maximum Overdrive in there and watch that one.
There are different versions, though, right? Like, there's bad movies that are fun to watch, and there's bad movies that are painful to watch.
Yes, 100% agree with you there, 100%.
Yeah.
So I would love a fun, we can poke fun of movie because it's so bad, it's kind of fun to watch. I don't want just something that's super draining for no payoff whatsoever.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what we get. I'm excited either way.
All right, so I usually let you guys kind of advertise what you got going on. Brian, you're going to be streaming tomorrow morning?
Yeah, tomorrow morning going to be doing a fundraiser event for myself, just trying to shore up the household budget. Fell short a little bit this month, so my goal, I believe, is $500, maybe $600, I think is the goal. We're going to be doing crazy things like shooting me with bug assault guns and eating scorpions. So show up there and get warmed up on that very not, prosperity driven fundraiser event, very selfish one. You can get warmed up because later that day, that evening, you'll be jumping over into Will's stream, and Will's got something way, way better for humanity going on.
What do you got, Will?
That's very kind of you, Brian, but there's the you providing for your family is very important. So don't ever take that as less than what I'm doing, ever. But I am doing a charity stream, 24 hours. I don't know why. 24 hours is so long. It's so long every year.
Oh, it flies by.
It gets so much longer for my body to endure. But it is for the kids. We are raising money for Children's Miracle Hospitals. And I've been so lucky to have so much support in the past. I can only hope that a fraction of you come and support me again this year. Even if you can't, maybe you blow all your funds on Run 7, and that's totally okay. Just come by, say hello, keep me company for a little while. That's all that I can ask for.
So you can donate to one for the kids or one for Hooker and Blow. I think it's pretty obvious where we're going to go on that one.
Hookers and Blow.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure. I love these Thursday night hangouts. I can't wait till next week we do it again. Next week we'll be doing It Chapter 2. And then after that, I believe you're doing the Kill Bills back to back. So
I forgot. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kill Bill's gonna be great.
You're gonna have to remind me again next week, because come tomorrow, I'm not gonna remember anything.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I just remembered we also have Predator Badlands coming out. I know I'm gonna be watching that one right away.
I'll be checking that out in theaters.
Is that in November it comes out?
That's November 7th. So not tomorrow, but next week.
I will.
Do we want to push the Kill Bills back by one and do that, or?
Yeah, even if we have to separate them, we'll see how it plays out. Let me chat to see if I can find a time to actually go and watch it.
Okay.
And then we'll keep that dialogue open.
Omega Man, it's gonna be It Chapter 2 next week.
Correct.
Cool.
And if you're over in my stream, I'm going to be reading out. I think Dan's going to be shutting up too, aren't you? You're going to be shutting up shop here?
Yeah, I'm actually have tomorrow off as well. I'm probably gonna be doing some editing to start my day, and then probably hopefully going live and playing something. So you can expect to see me live in the day, but I'll probably just
Damn,
be
all
doing
3 of us
editing
in one day? That's
Oh
crazy.
wow, it's gonna get
I'm probably
crazy.
doing editing and just hanging out in Brun's stream while he's live, and then maybe go live when he's wrapping up. We'll see.
But as
Your time frame is tomorrow?
8 a.m. to noon Central Time, so that's 1 hour off of you.
Yeah,
But
9 to
yeah, it'll just be. I'm just gonna do a quick 4-hour stream, see what we can do. I have fun during these fundraiser end of the month ones, but I keep it pretty simple. I can't do these. You guys in your 24-hour streams are so hard. I've never done that before. I think 7 hours was the most I ever did, and it was brutal.
That's funny because I pretty much average a 7-hour stream.
Yeah, I mean, no, but like a charity stream where chat's making you do horrible things,
okay,
right?
fair.
Of course,
Yeah,
your regular 7-hour stream, you can take a lot of shots of maple syrup in too, so it's still no joke.
Not anymore.
joke.
Not anymore.
Yeah, but I'm gonna close up my stream, so I'll be sending you guys off to the real T-Dub. He's playing Arc Raiders right now. I'll start that raid. If you want to continue hanging out with Dan, then you'll have to jump over there right now. But I think Dan's closing up for the night too, aren't you?
I'm gonna close up as well. Who am I gonna raid out to?
Thanks, everybody.
Maybe
Appreciate
I'll go
you all.
T-Dub as well.
All right, good night, everybody. Bye.